Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gen FC. Today we have a very special conversation with one player that we've seen quite a bit of video of our partner academy, Miami Strikers. Today we have a spotlight with Jesus Jimenez that definitely called our attention. Welcome, Jesus.
Hi, my name is Jesus Jimenez. I was born in Margarita in Venezuela, 19th of March 2009. And I'm very grateful for being here.
No, thank you for joining us. And before we start with a few questions, what is your team, your club, if you have to identify yourself?
I play for Strikers Miami FC. That's led by the coach Diego Rios, that he has over 20 years of experience playing soccer. And also the other coaches are Wilson Gutierrez, that he used to play in Santa Fe. He was a former coach and he was a soccer player too. And Ivan Rene Valenciano, that he is also a soccer player, that he played in Copa America, and he played a lot of tournaments, to be honest.
We say hi to all of this organization, one of the biggest organizations of youth soccer here in Florida. Thank you for partnering with us. But today is not about Miami Strikers. Today is about you. Today is we want to get to know you better. We want to hear a little bit of what's driving you as a player. So let me ask you the first question that you do to any player is, what is your position?
I play right back and left back, but I also train left wing and right wing, but I can play in any position, to be honest. But it's whatever the coach needs. But my main ones are in the wings because I'm fast.
And what age are you?
I'm U17.
U17.
Yes.
Would you say that here in Florida, the U17 games are tough or not as much as they were in Venezuela, for example?
I feel like when I was in Venezuela, it was more like kickball because I was a little kid. But then when I came to this country, it became more like possession of the ball because there's a lot of players for different countries and there's different styles.
And what is your style?
My style is, to be honest, being fast and
I see.
The crossing, shooting, and defending.
Man, and we've seen many videos, and you've shown that you've been working your ass off in running fast, but also in defense and in attack. Also, quite a good control. Would you say, when did you start noticing that you were different, or you were a little bit at a higher level than the rest of your teammates?
When I was in Venezuela, I gave it all always. I went to every practice and I started locked in when I had 3 years old. That it was that I started
3 years old?
Yes, I started playing because I seen the sport and it was fun, right? Thanks to my parents. And then I saw I started liking it. And when I went to my first school, that's Mariano P. Gonzalez in Venezuela, Margarita, there was a soccer team. And then a soccer team, I joined the team and I started seeing that every teammate that I have and my friends, they were really impressive and they liked also playing soccer. And then at that moment, I saw that I had to get to the level. And then I really loved the sport. I started studying it and I started training every day again, more and more and more.
How many days a week do you train?
Every day, to be honest.
Every day, 7 days a week?
Yeah.
At what time of the day? Or at different times of the day?
It's Saturdays and Sundays is most in the morning or at night because afternoon I'm always busy. But at weekdays it has to be at night or afternoon because in afternoon sometimes I go to the gym before going to the club.
Okay.
And then I go to a club and I train with my coaches.
Man, that's quite a bit of soccer.
Yes. And this all thanks to my parents because they take me to every practice. I haven't missed a single practice.
We say hi to the parents that are a super important figure in any youth player. So we say hi to them. You want to say a special message for them?
Yeah, I'm really thankful for them and thank you so much for everything they've done for me.
What are their names?
Ronald Jimenez and Rebecca Gonzalez.
Ronald, Rebecca, we say hi to you guys. So You mentioned that you came from Venezuela, Margarita. Are you from there? Were you
Yes,
born in Venezuela?
I was born there in that island.
And when was it that you left Venezuela?
I left at like 2021 of November because there was a lot of situations going on in
Yeah.
Venezuela, and I thought like the situation was tough, and my parents like made the decision of coming to this country because we saw that there was a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, there are quite a bit of opportunities. But did you come from Venezuela looking for, in particular, opportunities within soccer?
Like to be honest, yes, because here there's a lot of opportunities like in colleges, and there's a
Yeah,
lot of opportunities like in soccer.
and it's growing
Yeah,
non-spot, no, non-stop.
nonstop.
Okay, so it was a big driver when deciding to come to the U.S. The opportunities that would come up in soccer, but
Yes.
when you arrived, you immediately decided, hey, this is the path I want to go, or it took a few years.
In Venezuela was when I decided to like train a lot to be a professional soccer player. So
Okay,
so from
at what
there,
age?
like when I was 5 or 6,
Yeah,
I
nice.
was already like into that, and then I told my parents about it, and they started in Venezuela. The situation was tough, and like we couldn't like do a lot of stuff because when my parents, for example, the car was like damaged and it had problems, they
Yeah,
take me on the motorcycle.
yes.
Yeah, my dad to not miss a single practice. It was always like that.
Man, that's so important, so important. And if you had to say, the first memory that you have with soccer, what is it? What is your first memory? What if you have to go back in your mind? What is the first thing that you remember with the sport?
That like before when I was in my old school, like in first grade, I used to run a lot, and in the field, and like that's when the coaches saw me and they said I had a lot of potential, and then that's why.
So you mentioned that you train 7 days a week.
Yeah,
Clearly, soccer is your life.
soccer's my life.
But what is driving all of that hustle? What is driving all of that energy? What is behind all of that? What motivates you to every day go and train
Because
no
I've
matter
seen that
what?
my parents like they give it all in the outside of the field. Like they do a lot of work for me, and
Yeah.
they always do everything. That's why they're like my inspiration, and that's why I try to give it all in the field so I can be a great person and I can be a great soccer player and I can like give them the opportunity to be with me when we go higher.
So you have your one of your main inspirations is your family.
Yeah, my family. It's
And
always.
when you play and you start a game, you think about them.
I think about them and I think about God because thanks to God, all this is happening. And I always pray before the games.
You always do.
I always.
It is kind of a ritual, like in the from before entering the game or
Yeah.
before the game starts in the field.
It's,
On when is it?
It's always before the games. Like after warm ups, I always pray to God like to give me the effort and the energy to like give it all in the field.
Nice. And did it ever happen to you? And here we're going to use this moment with someone who clearly shines within playing soccer. And it happens quite often that you get injured or you have a bad luck and someone benches you. Or did you ever have an experience where there was a setback in the sport?
I mean, I train a lot that I haven't got injured yet. Like one
Knocking on
time
wood.
I broke
Knocking on
my
wood.
toe, but like it was just 1 month. And then I
Okay.
came back to my team. I started like giving it all, like the double, because like I wanted to get to a rhythm again with the team.
Nice. And would you say that there is a certain figure, not within family, but I'm mentioning within the sport that really touched you and made a difference in you and left a mark?
I mean, when I used to play like soccer with my friends, it's always like the coaches that always inspired me. Like coaches like Alexander Salazar, that he used to play professional. He was my coach in Venezuela. Javier Vidales, that he's on Atletico Madrid right now.
Wow.
Candelario Andarcia, and here in Miami we have Hitleaf Castillo. That he was the one that opened the gates so I can like put the effort on the field, and he like it was my first team here in Miami.
I see. I see. Would you make a good coach? Would you say makes a big difference in someone who's shaping himself?
I mean, all of them, they always give me the enough confidence to like have everything and give it all in the field, you know. And they give me the enough confidence.
And so there's different styles of coaches. There's coaches that teach with, with the ball. There's coaches which are a little bit tougher than other ones. What would you say is your way to respond to, tough love language from a coach?
I always listen to what they say because they have the experience before. Like they used to play professional. Most of my old coaches and my coaches right now, they used to play professional. So like I always try to listen to them because they have the experience for it. So like I can gain like a lot of energy and experience.
So you don't take it personal?
What?
You don't take it personal?
No, I don't take it personal because I take it like that's I'm learning, you know.
Nice. And if you had to say 3 characteristics of yourself that meant the mentality wise you make a difference, or is your strong suit, which one would you say?
My strongest one is discipline because like I've been consistent these all years, like giving it all.
7 days a week, man. I mean,
I know, and 13 years since I was 3 years old, and I never gave up. So like I've been training a lot. Discipline is my, and then effort, because I always want to give it on the field. Like I always want to win. I like to win, and also like I feel like it's a lot of words, but like my favorite one, it can be discipline, effort, and also I can also say that.
That's fine. I mean, discipline is so important within any sport, but being really disciplined. Sometimes people mention discipline as if it's something easy to find. Good discipline is not at all easy to find, and it clearly shows when there's someone who's really disciplined versus someone who speaks being disciplined and is not really disciplined. So then one of the questions that we normally ask here, and we like to hear the opinion of younger generations as well, is there's a huge discussion within youth sports if in youth you should learn to play, have fun, or you should always win. My question for you is, what is your mentality? What do you think, and what has done the best for you in the past? Do you always strive to win no matter what, or you also had fun during the process and you tend more towards that side?
To be honest, I always like to win because like winning is like the method so I can get like to professional, you know?
Yeah.
And that's my mentality always before a game and after the game also. I always like to win.
And here's a question that we love to make someone your age who's standing out is, what is your dream? Well, if you go, you need to be, broad and, ambitious.
My dream is like to be a professional soccer player.
But to what extent?
I want to
As
be
high
like
as you
really
wanna go.
high. I want to go to Europe, and I want to like play for a professional club that like plays in a high level.
Which one is the club that you would like to play on?
Real Madrid
Real Madrid.
is my favorite club.
What jersey number?
Jersey number 7,
Okay.
because my idol is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice. Discipline. I can see where that's coming from.
Yeah.
So today because you were selected, and because we've seen all of those videos, we wanted of you, and you called our attention. We wanted to give you this Gen FC Spotlight Prize, which is an award that we have for the young individuals that stand out and that make a difference with our partner academy. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for coming to our show. I guess the last question that we have for you is, it's not actually a question. We want to give you the space to look at the camera and to send a message to younger generations that look at someone like you and they feel inspired, what would you say to them?
My message to them is that like give it all, always in the field, train, don't give up in your dreams because you're gonna make it. It's in God's faith.
Jesus, so what I hear is that you were invited by different pro clubs, very famous clubs within the US and outside of the US to go and play with them. Is this true?
Yes, in the U.S., I was invited by Orlando City.
Yeah.
That I went with my friend. That he's my teammate in Strikers, and also I
What's
went
his name of your teammate?
Samuel Bonilla,
Okay,
and also in Dallas.
in Dallas.
Yeah,
Man, nice clubs.
yeah.
And what about from clubs outside of the US?
I've been invited to River from Argentina
Mhm.
and Levante from Spain, in Europe.
Important institutions. So what happened there?
I think like I need to get more ready because I'm still too young, you know. And I've been having like the opportunities to go before,
Yeah.
but I feel like I need to train more so I can be capable of being like ready and play there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So remind the audience what is your age
16.
and when these invitations happened. When were
This
they?
happened when I was like the Orlando City happened last year,
Nice.
and the Dallas also happened last year, but in River it happened 2 years ago when I was 14.
Yeah. I mean, you were super young. It
Yeah,
makes
I was really young.
it makes total sense. And one additional question that we have is, would you rather score a goal or have a good tackle?
I'd rather score a goal.
Okay. Would you rather have a great pass for a header for someone else to score or for you to score?
I mean, I'm the kind of person that gives the passes because
Okay.
because I play in the wings. I always do the overlaps, so I can cross it to my friends and they can score. So like, yeah, I like.
You
to
would
pass
rather
it.
do that.
Yes,
And you like playing of 7 or 11?
7.
7.
So, yeah,
Like Cristiano.
yeah, 7. When I was in Venezuela, I was in number 7 too.
And what is your favorite jersey?
My favorite jersey, the Real Madrid jersey, number 7 of Cristiano,
The white or the black?
the white one.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a great debate about the top leagues in the country. One of the top leagues is not a secret, MLS Next. The other top league is ECNL. How was your experience playing ECNL?
It's really good. Like I feel like it's really competitive because last year we used to play National League, and we went up to like ECNL. So like there's a big difference, and there's more competitive league.
And you're already seeing that in the field.
Yeah, and I've been playing ECNL teams and also MLS teams. We've been playing MLS teams.
During tournaments, or when do you play against them?
Most likely during tournaments.
Hmm. How does normally Miami Strikers do it in those tournaments?
I mean, we do good. We just the only tournament that we lost was Western because we played against Inter.
Okay.
But the other tournaments we have been winning it.
And when you faced a professional club like Inter, how did it go?
I mean, we did good for being an ECNL team, and they're like MLS. We did really good, and even though we played them when after our high school game, because most of my teammates of strikers, they played with me in Bridge Prep.
Okay.
So we had a game before that. We had the finals
Oh, okay.
of region. So after winning the finals, we went. My parents like drove me to go to a game in Inter, and then like most of us were tired, and we still like played good.
Nice, man. You've been traveling quite a bit with
I
soccer.
know the whole Florida, and even I went to Arizona. I went to Arizona twice. I went
Nice.
to California twice. I went to Dallas. I went everywhere, man.
Nice. And which one is your favorite field or stadium?
Favorite field, but in the U.S. or like
In the
general?
US that you've visited?
In the U.S. that I visited, maybe the fields in Orlando, the Disney fields,
Yeah.
or the Inter field because they're like really nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus, I hear that you also play high school soccer, right?
Yes.
Where do you play?
I play for Bridge Prep, Village Green, because
Oh.
my high school doesn't have a team. My high school is International Studies Preparatory Academy. It's called ISPA,
Okay.
and it's most likely a school of like academic.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that's why I went to Bridge Prep, because most of my teammates also play there, and they gave me the opportunity, and they told me come to Bridge Prep. And I've been playing 2 years at high school in sophomore and junior year, because in freshman I didn't know I could do that.
So being younger, you went and you play with older people,
Yeah.
and how was that experience?
It was really tough because like I knew I had to get to a level because they were like strong and I
Yeah.
was fast, so like I knew it was like dangerous.
I see. I see. We say hi to both high schools. We are super. We promote high school soccer. We promote youth soccer and club soccer, and we thank to Florida because of having so many different tournaments. Thank you, Jesus, for joining us again.
Thank you.